Hello, everyone. This video is all about high schoolers. So 9th through 12th grade, an introduction to what the school year will look like and some information, hopefully just getting you ready for the school year, maybe answering any of the lingering questions you may have. So I know that most of you have been able to meet me at this point, but here's a picture of myself. My name is Caleb Baumgardner. Most people just call me Mr. B. That seems to be a little bit easier to say for people. So getting started here, what will school look like this year? So whether you're new or returning, school might look a little bit different. Of course, we are an online school. We're an online model. So the vast majority of your work is going to be done on a computer, Chromebook, and you'll be taking advantage of various online curriculums and different systems. All of these I will have short tutorial videos on. So don't worry if you're not familiar with them at this point, you will be familiar with them soon. We will also meet periodically over Zoom and depending on how the year goes, even in person. There will also be benchmark tests throughout the year to track student progress. Now that is everybody except for 12th graders. 9th through 11th graders, you have benchmarks, 12th graders, not so much. There is the ACT at the end of the year that is required for all 11th graders, so you have to take that. Of course, the ACT is available for anyone to take, but it is required for 11th graders. This is something that I don't think I can stress enough. Having some sort of consistent schedule is so important, so incredibly important. For those of you who were here last year, you probably know this better than most. If you have work, or if you have another activity, build your schedule around it, obviously, but have some kind of consistent daily schedule for yourself to stick to. That is incredibly, incredibly important in our online school environment. What systems are we going to use? So this is not an exhaustive list. I will just tell you right now. We will have likely more than this, but here are some of the more common ones. These are the 3 different core curriculum options. So some of you are in Plato, some of you are in Apex, some of you are in Bright Thinker. So you'll just have one of these ones, all right? If you're in one, then you're not in the other 2. Again, all of these will have their own videos coming soon, be explaining them a little bit more in depth. But yeah, Plato, Apex, Bright Thinker, that will be where I'll say a majority of your work is done. That is your core curriculum after all. That's where all of your classes are located. OK College Start, that's utilized for the ICAP. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. And we'll have a separate system for ACT Prep. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like yet, though. So I don't have a logo or anything. Not a whole lot of information on that yet. What should a typical day look like? Your student should be working on schoolwork every day. Every day. That means 5 days a week. Underlined here because it is important. Working on schoolwork every day. I apologize if I'm emphasizing that a little bit strongly, but that was an issue last year, and that's not going to be tolerated this year. If you aren't, then you're doing it wrong. I put on here. Do not let your students slack off or go days without working. They need to be working every single day. Again, 5 days a week is what that means. Follow the due dates listed in the curriculum. If you're doing that, then well, you should be doing well. You should be right on track. If you're following those due dates, then you shouldn't have too much of an issue. Some days your student will have a virtual class or in-person meeting to attend. There's also on-demand tutoring available. So that might throw a bit of a wrench into your daily schedule, but hopefully those will start to become more consistent and you'll be able to just build that right into your schedule as opposed to having to work around it. Those virtual classes for sure will definitely be scheduled at the same time every week or every month, how often they are. Here's an important page. What is my role as a parent or guardian? So what exactly is your role? Of course, as a parent of a student at Epic Charter Schools, you are expected to be a lot more involved than in a traditional in-person school. So ensuring your child is working diligently every single day, that is priority number one. Are they actually on their computer working every single day, making sure that you're holding them accountable for that, ensuring that they're turning in assignments in turning in assignments before or on the due dates. There, you can go into the curriculum itself and see if there are any assignments there that are behind or that haven't been turned in yet. Help your child with schoolwork when they need it. Of course, I don't expect you to be experts in all of the different subjects, but if your child asks for help, especially help them, sometimes they won't and you'll have to take initiative yourself, but help them out when you can tell that they need it, at least to the best of your ability. Reading emails, again, something that I've been stressing quite a bit. Make sure that you are reading your emails. Check that email inbox every day to see if there's anything to read. And then lastly, encourage your child to have a positive outlook on learning. That is for your benefit, and then hopefully for theirs as well. Make sure that you have a positive outlook on it, and that you are staying positive about school, about learning, about education in general, and hopefully that will transfer to them as well. Of course, some of this stuff, depending on the student, you might not have to worry about as much. High school students are expected to be a little bit more independent and, staying on top of due dates on their own or making sure they're holding themselves accountable for working on a day-to-day basis. You know your child better than I do at this point. So, if you know their personality and what exactly they need, how much of this they'll need, how much of that they'll need. Your involvement is as much as the child needs at this point. Just a few things to keep in mind for high school families. The ICAP, that is a requirement for everyone 9th through 11th grade. It's been slowly rolling out over the past few years. Some of you are experts in this at this point. You know it, you've been doing it. Some of you, maybe this is the first time you've even heard about it. I will again have an additional probably video, at least an email about it to let you know how it works, how to complete it. Very, very simple. It does not take very much time at all. It's just something that you do every year when you're in high school. The ACT, keep in mind, 11th graders, that the ACT is a requirement for you. You take it at the end of the year during state testing. And again, the ACT is available for everyone to take, and you can take it as many times as you want, but it is required your 11th grade year. Career tech enrollment. If your child is interested in career tech, I would say go ahead and start looking into that right now. You can visit their websites, whichever career tech facility program you're interested in, just visit their website. Most of them will have some kind of enrollment sheet that you can fill out. You do that independently from us. So you guys do that on your own. I just wanted to remind you to to keep that in mind. Oklahoma's Promise and other scholarships. So if you haven't enrolled in the Oklahoma's Promise and you're still early on in high school, so for example, if you're a 9th grader or even a 10th grader maybe, if your child is interested in going to college, this is incredibly valuable, the Oklahoma's Promise Scholarship. I won't go into too many details right now, but you can visit their website. Again, fill out the application. It's a really, really good scholarship and provides them with a great opportunity there. Graduation, and when I say graduation, I mean the actual event graduation, and then just getting you to graduation for 12th graders. Make sure that you're checking in with me and your GSS, that's your school counselor, that you have all of the credits that you need to graduate and all of those other lingering requirements, making sure that there's nothing out there left that you need to do to make sure that you are all good to go to graduate. And then on-demand tutoring, I mentioned this earlier. This will again be available this year. It'll be a different program than we used last year, hopefully a better one this year. But yes, on-demand tutoring will be available. That is, it should be available 24/7 for everyone to use and take advantage of. This is going to be really, really great. So for example, if your student is stuck on an individual problem in their assignment and it's a little bit out of your league, then you can have them get on a tutoring session in minutes and that person can help them out with whatever they're struggling with. In conclusion, you can do this. Just communicate and stay informed and you will do just fine. Make sure that you're reaching out to me with any questions you have. And that's not just right now. Of course, at the beginning of the year, you'll probably have a lot of questions, but throughout the year, never feel bad about reaching out and asking for help or asking for clarification. We don't expect you guys to be experts right off the bat. So if you've got questions, make sure that you're communicating those to me and letting me know. Definitely do not keep them to yourself. All right, that is it for this video. I will see you all in the next one, and goodbye for now.